So some of the biggest developments we've had recently have been the rise of fentanyls and opioids with increased toxicity. We've seen this particularly in the North American region, but we're also seeing a real rise in amphetamine type stimulants, particularly methamphetamines in many other parts of the world. The third point I would make is about cannabis, that we are seeing renewed attention to how it is that we respond to cannabis in more effective ways. The question of how drug traffickers evade authorities is pretty complex and it's a big question. But I think what we've learned is that the drug trafficking networks are very pervasive across the globe and very well interconnected. Drug traffickers also, increasingly we see poly-drug but also poly-criminal networks, which increases the ease of trafficking in multiple drugs and multiple commodities simultaneously. I think also we've seen the real adaptations, the fluidity of the networks, and also we've seen the resilience. So despite very strong laws in many parts of the world or increasing law enforcement powers, the illicit drug trafficking networks continue to operate, and often by changing some of their modus operandi or increasing prices, we see that the markets continue to evolve and often expand. I think what we've learnt through illicit drug trafficking is that some of the more traditional policy levers and just criminalising or increasing law enforcement powers is insufficient. What we have, however, learnt is that by putting more emphasis on more balanced responses, more investment in treatment, prevention, harm reduction responses, as well as thinking about different types of legislative frameworks, then we can start to reduce some of the harms that can be envisaged. I think the other thing that we're paying increasing attention to is the importance of social and structural determinants and thinking more broadly about the drivers of many of the harms that continue across the globe. So increasingly, when we're looking at issues of drug policy or issues of illicit drug trafficking, we need to be working together more than ever, as well as bringing together different voices to come up with more effective solutions.